Wednesday, October 29th. Salem looks peaceful, but the calm is a lie. Beneath the laughter, something stirs. A whisper in the dark, a shadow that moves when no one's watching. Old wounds are reopening. Hidden truths are clawing their way to the surface. And before the night ends, one choice will spark a chain reaction that no one can control. The air feels colder. The silence feels louder. Because in Salem, peace never lasts, and the past never stays buried. This is the night before the nightmare, and it's already begun. Morning sunlight filters through the wide windows of the Salem Community Center as Abe Carver adjusts a stack of papers on his desk, preparing to meet his new literacy mentee. He's in his element, helping people grow, believing in second chances. The door opens, and Liam Sellico steps inside, confident, polite, even grateful. Abe greets him warmly. "You're here to learn, and I'm here to help. That's all that matters." But then, the atmosphere shifts. The sound of footsteps in the hallway. Theo Carver appears in the doorway, and freezes. Their eyes lock. The easy rhythm of the room breaks instantly. Liam's smile falters. Theo's expression hardens. Years collapse between them, back to high school hallways, whispered laughter, and the sting of words that never healed. Abe, caught between them, senses the tension. "Theo," he says softly, "this is Liam. He's part of the program now." Theo's voice is calm but cold. "People don't change that easily, Dad." Liam swallows, guilt flashing in his eyes. "I was awful to you, Theo. I know that now. I'm sorry." The apology hangs in the air like smoke, visible, suffocating, impossible to clear. Theo turns and walks out without another word. Abe watches him go, his heart heavy. He came here to teach words, but today, he's witnessing the language of pain. Because in Salem, forgiveness isn't something you give. It's something you survive. At the Brady pub, a quiet tension hums between the clinking of cups and the faint crackle of the morning radio. Steve Patch Johnson sits across from Dr. Kayla Brady, stirring his coffee for the 5th time without drinking it. "Steve," Kayla says gently, "you've been staring at that mug for 10 minutes. What's going on?" He hesitates, his single blue eye clouded with worry. "Something's off at the hospital, Sweetness. Too many files sealed. Too many people whispering. I pulled a few records, and guess whose name keeps showing up?" She knows the answer before he says it. "Tony DiMera." Steve nods. "Deleted lab data. Security footage missing. There's something they don't want anyone to see." Kayla exhales slowly. EJ's been quiet about Tony for days. Too quiet. Steve leans forward, lowering his voice. "If Tony's missing, and EJ's pretending everything's fine, that's not family drama. That's a cover-up. And if there's one thing I've learned in this town, when the DiMeras start covering things up, people disappear." Kayla's hand trembles slightly around her coffee cup. "So what do we do?" He gives a grim half-smile. "We watch. We wait. And we make sure this time, we're ready." Their eyes meet, partners in love, and in battle. They've faced kidnappings, deaths, and resurrections, but this feels different. This feels like the start of something bigger. And as they leave the pub, the faint echo of thunder outside feels almost like a warning. At Salem City Hall, Paulina Price stands by her desk, multitasking as usual, signing papers, answering calls, running the city with her usual charm and confidence. But the rhythm of her morning breaks when the door bursts open and Theo Carver strides in. He's pale, tense, his jaw clenched. "Mom," he says urgently, "you need to be careful." Paulina looks up, half smiling. "Theo, honey, I'm always careful." "No, you don't understand," he interrupts, pacing the floor. Something's off. Salem feels wrong. She chuckles lightly, trying to ease the tension. This is Salem. Off is normal. But Theo's tone sharpens. EJ DiMera's lying about Tony. Liam Sellico just reappeared out of nowhere. People are acting strange, pretending everything's fine. It's not fine. The laughter fades from Paulina's face. She's seen this look before, the one Theo gets when his instincts are screaming. And he's rarely wrong. She crosses the room, placing a hand on his shoulder. All right, I'll be cautious, I promise. He exhales, still uneasy. Just don't trust anyone right now. As Theo leaves, the office feels colder. Paulina turns toward the window, and her breath catches. A shadow stands across the square, perfectly still. Watching. When she blinks, it's gone. Paulina forces a smile, whispering to herself, just nerves. But her hands won't stop shaking. Because deep down, she knows, when Theo senses danger, it's not paranoia. It's prophecy. And this one has already begun to come true. Night falls over the Salem Police Department, and the glow from the desk lamps throws long, tired shadows across the precinct. J.J. Devereaux stands at the threshold of Jada's office, watching her, focused, calm, steady, everything he hasn't been lately. He takes a breath. I've made my choice, he says, voice low but certain. Jada Hunter looks up, her pen stilling. About the job? J.J. nods. I'm staying. On the force. This town's a mess, but I can't walk away from it. A small smile breaks across her face, the kind that carries both relief and worry. I knew you would. It's in your blood, J.J. You fight even when it hurts. For the first time in days, J.J. smiles back. The tension in his shoulders eases. For one fleeting moment, there's peace, a sense of purpose, a fragile calm in the middle of chaos. Then his phone buzzes. A single text. No name, no number, just 4 words. You made the wrong choice. JJ's expression darkens. He shows it to Jada, but before she can respond, the message disappears, deleted on its own. Jada frowns, her instincts kicking in. Probably a prank, she says softly, though her voice trembles just enough to betray her fear. But both know better. In Salem, nothing is random. And sometimes, the moment you decide to do good, is the exact moment evil decides to notice. At The Spectator, the newsroom hums with quiet chaos, phones ringing, printers whirring, tension simmering. Then the doors swing open, and Stephanie Johnson storms in, her heels striking the floor like a drumbeat of fury. She doesn't knock. She doesn't wait. She slams the door to Jeremy Horton's office shut behind her. Her eyes are blazing. You leaked it, didn't you? She snaps. My secret, my alter ego, Anastasia Sands. You sold me out to Leo Stark for a headline. Jeremy rises slowly from his chair, holding her gaze. I didn't, Steph. I swear on my life, I didn't. But she's not buying it. Not yet. For weeks she's been hunted by whispers, blamed and humiliated. Now, she's standing face to face with the man who could have destroyed her career, and maybe her trust in everyone around her. Jeremy explains how Leo twisted his words, how a private conversation was turned into scandal. Stephanie listens, unwillingly at first, but something in his voice feels real. Honest. Her anger softens just enough for realization to creep in. If Jeremy didn't leak it, someone else did. Her heart pounds. Her voice drops to a whisper. Then who? Jeremy looks away. Silence answers her. Stephanie turns toward the door, her breath uneven. The newsroom suddenly feels colder, darker, like the walls themselves are listening. Because in Salem, betrayal doesn't need a face. It only needs a secret. And someone out there is already writing the next headline, one that could destroy her completely. As midnight creeps closer, Salem holds its breath. The town feels alive, not in celebration, but in warning. Abe Carver's good heart has reopened wounds the years never healed. Theo's fears echo in Paulina's mind, each word a prophecy she can't ignore. Steve and Kayla brace for another Damaris storm, one they both know could change everything. And somewhere between duty and danger, JJ and Jada sense eyes watching from the shadows. Meanwhile, Stephanie stares at her computer screen, the cursor blinking like a heartbeat, her mind racing through every face she's trusted. Someone is lying. Someone is waiting. By tomorrow, the streets will be filled with costumes and laughter. But beneath the masks, real monsters will walk again. A knife will flash. A scream will tear through the night. And one buried truth will finally claw its way to the surface. Because in Salem, the past doesn't rest. It hunts. And this Halloween, the ghosts aren't just returning, they're ready to finish what they started.